We've made something similar to this in the past. This time it's going to be with salmon. This one's been optimized for meal prep. It's low in calories, high in protein. It's delicious and easy to make. Let's get straight into it.
Starting off, we're going to cut up the ingredients for the sauce. What I have here is 1 brown or yellow onion. We're just going to trim off the end, dice this up into small to medium sized pieces, making sure you trim off any excess flesh and then just save the scraps for a stock. And we're also going to need 6 cloves of garlic. They can be ran along a microplane to create a paste. You can also roughly chop it, crush it, dice it, do what you need to do, but grating always gets better flavour. Now for our protein, I have 1.25 kilos or 2.7 pounds of skin off salmon. Skin on is completely fine too. And to this, we're going to add in 1 teaspoon or 2.5 grams of onion powder, garlic powder, and sweet paprika. A nice pinch of salt, as well as some cracked black pepper, 20 cracks worth. Then just mix this around gently, just because salmon's a really delicate fish. We don't want to break it up, just until everything's completely coated, and it's going to be popped aside for a second. Place a large saucepan onto your stovetop, add in 225 grams or 1.5 cups of washed basmati or long grain rice, 2.5 cups or 600 milliliters of cold water, a pinch of salt. Then we can just bring this up to a boil over a high heat, place a lid on it, let it cook on a low heat for about 12 minutes undisturbed. In the meantime, place a large high-rimmed pan over a medium-high heat, add in 1 tablespoon or 20 milliliters of olive oil or any oil of your choice. We're going to place the salmon in with the skin side down, or if it doesn't have skin, just that flat side down. Sear this for about 3 minutes, just until it's golden brown. Then we can start rotating it, and we're just going to cook this for 1 minute each on all of the remaining sides. And this is going to be a perfect medium, just about medium rare, but going on medium. If you want it cooked a little bit longer, just cook it for about 2 minutes on each side. Once you do have that done, it's nice and golden brown, it's cooked to your liking. This can then be removed and set aside for the time being. With the pan back over a medium-high heat, just add in another splash of oil. I ended up using 2 teaspoons or 10 milliliters here. Then we can add in that brown or yellow onion. I'm just going to saute this for about 3 to 4 minutes, just to pick up that flavor left behind from the salmon. Once you have that done, we can add in those 6 cloves of garlic that have been minced, 100 grams or 3.5 ounces of sun-dried tomatoes that are in strips, 1.5 teaspoons or 1.5 grams of sweet paprika, and 1 tablespoon or 35 grams of tomato paste, which is concentrated. Then we're just going to mix this all together and cook this for about 2 minutes, just until that tomato paste starts releasing its oil. After that, add in 1 cup or 250 milliliters of vegetable stock. We're just going to use this to deglaze the pan, picking up all of that flavor. And we're going to cook this for about 4 minutes, just until it's reduced by 2/3. Now, instead of using cream, which is probably not suitable for meal prep because it's quite fatty, I'm using 350 grams or 12.3 ounces of soft cream cheese. All we have to do here is mix this through just until it's come together, those flavors have become friends, and you have that beautiful orange color. Then add in 120 grams or 4.2 ounces of baby spinach and 10 grams or 0.3 ounces of basil that's just had its leaves picked. Just stir this through and cook this for about 2 minutes, just until both have wilted down. Now I recommend turning the pan down to a medium-low heat here, then we can add the salmon back in, along with any of those resting juices on a plate that you've rested it on, and just mix this all through, spoon over some of that sauce and the salmon. We're just going to cook this for about 1 minute, just to bring the heat back into the salmon. Then we can remove this from the stovetop, and this right here is the serving size and the macros for the Tuscan salmon, and that is for 1 single portion. Going back to the rice, it's been cooking for 12 minutes. Turn it off the heat and leave the lid on for another 4 minutes. Then we can remove the lid and just fluff this up with a spatula or a fork just to loosen all of those individual grains. This can then be removed from the stovetop, and this right here is the basmati rice macros, as well as the serving size for 1 portion. Now as for serving up, as you've seen on the macro cards throughout the video, there is portion sizes, but you can just divide everything by 5. I like to place a bed of rice in each of the 5 containers. I'm using 750 milliliter containers here, by the way, and I have a link for them in the description if you're interested. But then I place the salmon over the top. Make sure you divide the sauce well between the 5 containers. Garnish it with some cracked black pepper or some more fresh basil leaves. This right here is our Tuscan salmon meal prep and the complete dish macros with the serving sizes for 1 portion.
Now, as for storage, we can place on the lids. Whilst these are still hot, that's completely fine. We're going to place them in the fridge for up to 4 days and in the freezer for up to 3 months. When you come in to reheat them, you can either do it in a microwave or in a pan. Just mix it all together. It's delicious that way. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Also, there is only one thing left to do, and that is we can then dig in.